40 changes in Minecraft 1.19 The Wild Update. Like and subscribe if you want to see more 1.19 videos. Anyways, here we go! The 1.19 Wild Update has changed the overworld by adding a new swamp biome known as the Mangrove Swamp. So the Mangrove Swamp looks like this, consisting of teal coloured water, mud blocks, and a new type of tree known as the mangrove tree. So the mangrove tree has a unique shape compared to other trees in Minecraft. Unlike other trees, the mangrove trees are supported by these new blocks known as mangrove roots. The mangrove log itself looks like this and is able to be crafted into mangrove planks and all of its respective blocks such as doors and boats. It's also worth noting that mangrove trees are the first wooden tree type to be added into Minecraft since 2013, so this is a very exciting change. The 1.19 Wild Update has changed Minecraft once again by adding another new biome known as the Deep Dark. So the Deep Dark is a cave biome that can only be found near the bottom of the overworld. The Scary biome consists of the new Skulk blocks that, when walked on enough times, will spawn the new Warden mob, but more on that later. It's worth noting that the Deep Dark biome was originally going to be added in the 1.18 Caves and Cliffs update. However, the developers wanted to change and work on the biome a bit longer to add a new structure. That's right, in the Wild Update, a new structure was added known as the Ancient Cities. So the mysterious looking cities look like this, mostly being made out of deep slate, soulfire, and more. Ancient Cities also contain chests that generate many new items such as disc fragments, echo shards, and the new Swift Sneak enchanted book, which I'll talk about later. So in the 1.19 Wild Update, music discs have received a change as Mojang added the very first craftable music disc. That's right, the disc fragments I just mentioned are actually pieces of a new music disc known as Music Disc 5. So if you manage to find 9 disc fragments in an ancient city chest, you can craft Music Disc number 5, which has been described as sounding similar to Music Disc 11. In other words, it's going to sound really creepy, so have fun. The next change in 1.19 is all to do with the compass. So the compass is a nice little item that allows you to find your spawn point if you're lost. But what if you die in your world and forget the location of where you died? Well, in the 1.19 update, a new compass was added called the Recovery Compass. Now, the Recovery Compass is crafted with one compass and the newly added Echo Shards I mentioned before. Once crafted, the Recovery Compass will point in the direction of where you previously died, making it very useful for finding your lost items in your world. The Warden is a hostile mob added in the 1.19 Wild Update, and it is found in the new Deep Dark biome I mentioned earlier. Now, the Warden can only be summoned when the player activates the newly added Skulk Shrieker block by walking on it. Since the Warden is completely blind, they can only track the player based on their movement, so be careful when moving around these scary looking things as their attack is deadly. Now, as you know, the Warden was originally planned to be added in both the 1.17 and 1.18 Caves and Cliffs update, but was delayed until 1.19 due to how complex the mob was to develop. Because of this, the Warden has been in development since 2020, which means it's undergone a lot of changes. So when the Warden was first being developed in early 2020, it was known as the Stalker. The first ever screenshot of the Stalker was revealed, showing an early prototype design that looked like this. Weeks later, a second screenshot of the Stalker design was revealed, showing off some slight changes. However, the developers decided to scrap this version of the Warden due to it looking too goofy, and I have to say it did look a bit weird. Fast forward a few months, in 2020, the quote-unquote Stalker was renamed to the Hollowed and went through a drastic design change. So the gameplay you're seeing is prototype footage for the Hollowed, which, as you know, would later become the Warden. Now, this Warden design looks drastically different to the Warden we have today, having razor-sharp teeth and somewhat resembling the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. Anyways, this iteration of the Warden was scrapped due to being too gory for Minecraft. I mean, yeah, I could imagine younger Minecraft players finding this a bit terrifying. But yeah, after that, this ultimately led us to having the Warden design we have today. The 1.19 Wild Update has changed the way players can move with the new Swift Sneak enchantment. That's right, if you're lucky enough to find a Swift Sneak book in an ancient city chest, you can add the enchantment to your leggings. This enchantment allows the player to walk fast faster while they're sneaking, which is a great enchantment to avoid the Warden while still being able to move around quickly. Boats are a great way to get across water in Minecraft. You can even have a friend chill in the boat with you. Anyways, in the 1.19 Wild Update, an additional change has been made to the boat. That's right, combining a boat with a chest in the crafting table gives you, well, a boat with a chest. This of course allows you to transport additional items across the water in the chest, which is a nice little change. The 1.19 Wild Update has added frogs and they spawn in the new Mangrove Swamp biome. Now the frogs come in 3 different colours, which are orange, green and white. Frogs currently attack small slimes by eating them, which is a very sad thing to witness. I mean, just look at this. Despite this, however, frogs were originally planned to eat fireflies. That's right, fireflies were a planned mob to be added in the Wild Update to both provide ambience in the mangrove swamps and act as food for the frogs. However, Mojang decided not to add fireflies as they realised they're actually poisonous to frogs in real life. Now, the Minecraft community was pretty annoyed that Mojang decided not to add fireflies because they still could have acted as a really nice ambient effect in the mangrove swamp. But yeah, I guess all I can say is rest in peace fireflies, you will be missed. As with every update nowadays, the Minecraft title screen in 1.19 has been changed to reflect the Wild Update, and I have to say it looks very lovely. In the 1.19 Wild Update, a change has been made to leaves. So prior to 1.19, leaves were not able to be waterlogged, which kinda made no sense. However, as of 1.19, you can see that all of the leaves I've placed are waterlogged, which acts as a nice little change when it comes to decorating your base. Boats have received another change in 1.19, and it's all to do with their textures. So prior to the Wild Update, the paddle colours for all the different boat types were the same. However, as of 1.19, a change was made to where the boat paddles now represent their respective wood colour, which is a nice little change. Before the 1.19 Wild Update, shields used to spin around in a very strange way when they were placed in an item frame. I mean, just look at this, man, it looks so wrong. But don't worry, in 1.19, shields actually do spin around properly in the item frame, which is a nice little change once again. 40 things you will never unsee in Minecraft. Number 1. The campfire is a rather useful block in Minecraft, whether it's to cook some food or act as a light source. But most importantly, it's used to chill with your friends by the fire. But what if I told you that after this, you'll never be able to look at the campfire the same way? So to start with, have a close look at this cat's face. Trust me, you'll see why. Then put out the campfire with a shovel and take a closer look at the burnt out campfire. That's right, this campfire closely resembles the face of a cat, and I can no longer unsee it. Did you have anything to do with this? Or was it you? Come on, we're all friends here. Anyways, let's move on. Number 2. The Wither Boss is a player-created mob that shoots flying, exploding skulls at you. Now, the next time you build a Wither, I want you to take a good look at its face, and here is why. This is bedrock. You know, that block that's impossible to break and is found everywhere at the bottom of your world? Yeah, that block. Anyways, when multiple bedrock blocks are lined up correctly, you'll notice a Wither skull is seen within the texture, and it's now something I cannot unsee. So the next time you're trying to break some bedrock, just remember the Wither is always staring at you.